Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Megaquarium. We are still here in Elmshorn, and I have failed, I believe, 3 times now at trying to complete this campaign, which is unusual. I don't remember this being that hard. But let's go ahead and give it another shot. I'm aware that, technically speaking I could be like trying to sell things in min-max to get back up to where I want to be, but I don't want to do that. I would rather get it done not min-maxy. So let's see, I need 5 different animals. Now, I would argue, technically speaking, that if I put in multiple animals of the same species, that should count. It does not. So, we will go ahead and just kind of try and do this as cheaply as possible. That's 2. Let's see. That would be 4 of them though, and 84 times 4 is, what's that, 132? 136? I can do math, I promise. That's also not true, it's 236. I can't actually do math, I lied. I am not good at on-the-fly math. Point is that buying 4 of these to make them happy is more expensive than literally any other fish I can buy. I think, with the possible exception of the moray eel. Which actually means we probably should not have bought the moray eel in the last round. Let's see, I've got one of those, I've got 2 of you. We will go ahead and do 1 of those. We actually only have to get to 80 and 80, so I think I'm actually looking at this the wrong way. We'll do 1 and 1. And that deals with all of those. I need to put in a cave. No, I don't need to put in a cave yet. I will need food, and I will do that momentarily, but I don't actually have to make that a perfect habitat to start with. Just need to have it be functional. Which actually means I could do with a corner tank here. Except then you can't get to it, so maybe not. Let's go ahead and just keep doing what we've been doing. So 3x3... big enough? I think that might be big enough. I've already forgotten what the size of these tanks are. Whole tank is a 2x2. Sure. We'll put in a staff door here. Phenomenal. I don't know if I want to use an eel though, is the problem. They're great for science, which we're gonna need. They're kind of expensive, so I guess we'll just do 1. And we'll put onto that a combined heater. And we'll give you a food source. And we'll solve that. We'll also go over here and grab 1 green, or 1 orange, 1 green. To solve both of those problems. So that's dealt with. We literally just need to make sure that we get to 80 and 80. The best way to do that... I'm almost tempted to just put an extra moray eel in there, because they are one of my 3 ways of getting science, and they're easily the best in terms of space, but I can do... It gives me 8 each, actually, so let's go ahead and just do, like... should do that. That gives me plenty. And that puts my tank then at 36 out of 72, which is totally fine. And I can do what I did last time and do 1 of those. Do I get money for that? do get money for that, so we'll actually go ahead and cut all 3 of those walls out. Or even 4 of those walls out, just because it's a little bit back, and it's something that I would actually do if I were in... Like, if I were actually building this aquarium, I would legitimately take those out, because I would consider it to be wrong to have them there. And you know what? I think I recall doing the same thing on the other side as well, when I actually did this on my own time. Because that will keep this sufficiently heated and cooled, which is important. So now I literally just need to get my ecology up. That's all plants, so that doesn't help me. I just need some of these guys. Give me ecology. And in terms of bang for your buck, these guys are better than those guys by a little bit. Those guys are phenomenal though. 28. Let's pull up the calculator real quick. You guys can't see that, but I've got the calculator up on that screen. So if I take 228 divided by the 28, I'm paying, what is it, 8.1 gold, 8.15 gold basically for each ecology point versus 210. Oops. Try the calculator. 210 divided by 20, 10 and a half. That seems right for these guys over here. Less than amazing, but still a thing worth considering. These guys are not, I mean, that's less for more money. That's obviously not going to work out well. Likewise, these are going to be roughly, what, roughly 20 per 21. I think actually the best deal is just to buy a whole bunch of these guys. And that one takes me up over what I need. And so now I'm just short on that, which I can solve. Can't solve that, can I? Maybe, because I don't need that. I just need, because I don't need more heat, I just need more filter. So if I were to do... Where did that? Does that take me up? That almost takes me up there. Okay, get rid of you as well. It says I haven't got sufficient heating. And that was actually not the right move either. But I did make a little bit of money back. Let's go ahead and grab both of those and put the power count back in there. I just need a little more, and I think the best way to do it honestly is... Actually, what if I just completely ignored the rules and just like add more? That's good enough. Open the aquarium. Alright, they want more stuff and things. Fine. Deal with that in a minute. Next ecology project. Oh, that's an important one. So let's see. These guys are pretty good. They give me science, but they cost a lot of ecology. Maybe we do have to do those for the mission though, so we'll go ahead and do that. The protein skimmer is a nice thing to have. Let's go ahead and now that we've got some money, grab a driftwood cave and a driftwood cave. And hire a staff member. Here's our staff member, doesn't really matter, you just buy whatever you want basically. Alright, so they are going to be a little annoyed that they can see these 2 filters. But now that I have money, I can actually fix that. So I can do this one and buy a pump, and attach the pump, and then relocate that filter, and relocate that filter. I'm gonna kick it into fast forward because you're gonna take forever. Only got a skill of 1 for feeding. Cool. So there we go. Now we should be slowly making our money back. Very slowly over time, but it should happen. So what do we want to do now? We've got those 2 things going for the unlocks. We're going to need to build a tank that uses those. It's got to have sufficient lighting, water quality, and heating, which means we'll actually just go ahead and probably, let's see, we'll make that a bigger tank, I think. I didn't need to go that far. So you can remove flooring as well if you want to. I believe that does cost you the same amount as building flooring though, so technically that was a waste of like 30 gold. I'm just not worried about it. I do, however, need to build this wall. Because you need to be on the right side of the wall. And I need to hire a staff member who can fix that. Fixing skill 3. Cool. Everything is broken, which is bad. Oh, I don't have a toolbox, that's another problem. Give me a tool station in there, give me a tool station in there, and we're gonna hope he gets there in time to fix it all. That fixes that. Cool, so we should be okay. Fingers crossed. Yeah, just barely in time. Alright, I almost really messed that up. But we should be okay, because now we're gonna make our money. As long as we're open, you're good. Personally, I'm not a fan of the fact that the game stops you from opening if you don't have all the initial challenges completed. Just because that seems like a sort of an artificial limitation to me. Also looks like I never actually started the timer on this episode. We're about 12 minutes in, so that'll be alright. My intention is to just finish it all in one go, now that we're actually on the way. Let's see, how do we want to do the rest of this? We've got some money sitting around. I'll wait and let these guys finish their research first, though. Any other animals we want to get? Not yet. I also sometimes wish that there was a second fast forward level. Because, you know, this is fast, but it's not that fast. See what the guests are thinking. Everybody likes pretty much all of that, except they were concerned about my reef squirrelfish. Which is fair, I was concerned about my reef squirrelfish for a bit. We can go ahead and boost our prestige gain a little bit while we're waiting. Get some plant matter and stuff in there. Actually, you know what, while we're doing that, let's go ahead and put in some eel grass there on the front. Give them a nice little place to hide. You guys, I'm gonna guess most of you probably eat everything that, you know, all of the orange, don't you? Let's see, large filter or large heater? Probably large filter. Yep, so that'll be for the disco corals. Disco mushroom coral thing. Words are hard, okay? Oh, the dogs have decided it's time to go outside, so somebody will probably deal with that here in a moment. Might actually, let's see, do I have somebody who's better for feeding? Level 3 feeder. Which means you, I'm afraid, are the higher. I'll hire you back later if I decide I need it. Next research. Let's see. Does not like things that, do something. I don't know, words. I don't know why I just like those conjurers. You eat more food. You eat more food. You're a good one. Another thing I have to research. It's not a thing I have to research. Cool. Okay. So our new staff member there is going to be faster at feeding animals than the previous ones. You can tell even just by the animation. Excuse me, I had to adjust again. I love this chair. So yeah, you can see that they are much faster. It's Rachel. And Rachel and Fred. Okay. Alright, so let's see. We've got some more money. We've got things available. Let's go ahead and try and look at building this aquarium. It's gonna be a wall tank. And we're gonna go ahead and pause it because I have to delete the wall for that to be a thing. I'm gonna make it 3x3. I have in my mind that we needed that to be a thing previously. I'm just gonna bump the wall out by a little bit so that I can take you. And actually, if I can play this again, move you back one. Just like that. Move it back by one. And we'll move you to that side. And just right off that corner for the time being. So I need to make you have a protein skimmer, like so. That's a thing, but okay. You do need just a mushroom, which is an animal. Mushrooms here in the soft corals. So I've made this at 3x3 on purpose. We'll just do this as one right there for now. Water temperature is too low. We can fix that with a power. If I take you... No, I don't want to do the whole thing. I want to move you. And then grab the power combiner and put it right there. So it can actually get to this and this, even though it can't get to the red, because the entire thing is fixed at once. That deals with that, which means our next bit that we need is the zooplankton food, and don't have a great place to put that. Let's just bump this wall out here. That's fine. Zooplankton food there, sure. That'll feed you. It's not lit properly, which I can fix by doing something. Where did we put those? They are here under lights. So you just click on it to add lights and it'll put them in the corners on its own. Cool. So we have done the thing. That is pretty darn cool. Unlock new equipment, expand, all that jazz. The normal progression. So let's see, now we have to unlock the deep wall tank, which we will do after we get the large filter, I think. Well, I get the heater first, but probably not. The deep wall tank should be like this one. It's a deep observer tank. Deep wall tank works the same way. Cool, so we've got that. Go ahead and get the deep wall tank. I'm gonna put that wall tank in. Do it here, I think, like that big. Sure. Means we need to make you and you. And hopefully that'll be enough space for now. I'm gonna go ahead and do wall 1, 2. With the door there. We're just about at the point where I'm going to want to hire another staff to feed, I think. Do you have anybody who can do both feeding and fixing at a decent rate? Nigel can. Anybody else? Ah, Nigel's a boy. Nigel, you're hired. Get to work. Alright, what's this do? Just hitting the 20-minute mark now. I don't know how much more of this particular campaign there is. I'm gonna keep going, and if I have to, I'll cut it down for 2 different episodes. I'm hoping I can get it all done in the one shot. How's things going? Nigel, there, go and fix things. So, I don't know if anybody noticed it, but it had that little chevron on it. That means that it has to be someone who is skilled, whereas this one does not, which is why... that's Fred, he's really good at that, but you can see Rachel sometimes will go lie and fix those two because they're basic, and these bigger combined ones are more complicated, and they require somebody who is more knowledgeable, more skilled in the art to be able to do that. Likewise, I believe there are certain animals that require you to have a higher level of feeding, and there's probably similar things for the cleaning and also a gift shop thing that we will see later on while we play. Just about done here with the dogfish, which means we can start the next one. I do love that they have it set up so that the walls will actually change based on the orientation. Next research. Lionfish are awesome. So like they'll drop up and down so you always get a nice view into what you're doing. It's just it's a nice touch that I don't see in many games. There's that chevron I was talking about, right above the mouse. Check the view rates. Everything's getting looked at. Great. Animal habitats. There's apparently no animals in that one right now, even though it's got that. I don't know how they calculate that exactly. We get 11 science there, 45, and a ton of stuff out of that one all the time. Nobody has any needs yet. Don't worry about those. We're doing okay. Animals, can we get a couple more shrooms there along the front? Just to keep things looking nice and neat. Go ahead and start the last one. Deep tanks require stairs. Same as those. I need you to get, and I need you to get, and I need a deep wall tank. We could also do deep corners and deep observers, but I'm going to do the deep wall. Just do it nice and simple like so. Perfect. So you do require stairs, and for stairs you go to this menu here. You actually just kind of keep going. You can make it really deep over time, but I'm only going to go about yay deep with the stairs. I don't know where I want those yet though. And you can also do platforms here, and I believe those will attach to your stairs at whatever height they are. Yeah, but that should be how that works if I recall. But that should work. Nice and simple. So what else do we need to do? We've got the deep wall tank, yes, words. We have an adjacent platform at the right height, stairs connect it. We need an animal, sufficient heating, and sufficient filtering. Go ahead and make this one for... I don't like starfish. We could do some cowfish in here. 3 of them. We're at risk because water temperature, yeah, sure. And we can actually do... You eat crustaceans, but I could do a couple of eels in there too. That seems like that's a fun combination, right? That's the thing I would like to see in a real aquarium. Let's see, so I need to do filtering first and foremost. I do it like this. Because I can't do the powered heater yet, but I can do this one for now. That's probably fine. almost fine. It's not quite fine. Now it's fine. And eventually I can actually replace both of those with this large one that we're researching at the moment. But I can do that and I don't have to worry about anybody getting to the backside of the tank because they have to use the stairs to get there anyway. Let's see, for food we need a mussels dispenser, which we'll put over yonder. Like that. And I also need a tacos dispenser, like I said. And then inside the habitat we need a nice cave. Job's done. Continue the game. They don't have to wait in line, they'll just clip through each other, which is not, in my opinion, the greatest thing, but nothing that can be done about that, really. It is also a little bit overkill to have, you know, redundant food boxes like that, because they will just carry them between room to room, but I prefer my time in zoological fields has taught me that every habitat gets its own sort of food prep area, unless it's something like, say, like most zoos would have a night hunter's house where they would be all of the nocturnal animals, and they will all get their food from the same place. A lot of the sort of indoor habitats will do that, but in the kitchen it would be kind of divided out so that you're not cross-contaminating food with things that shouldn't be cross-contaminated. And then obviously like the big animals, you know, your elephants, your giraffes, etc. They probably have their own sort of on-site freezer for, or on-site fridge rather, for their leafy greens and sort of day-to-day treats. So I believe, yep, now we just have to reach rank 5. We get nothing. It's a fun little achievement there. Nothing happens. Let's look at the other side of the aquarium. We've been focusing on this side a lot. How do we want to do that? Well, let's see what are our options for tanks. We could do... What if we did... Let's say we did a nice little aquarium there. You know, here, let's just do... Can I afford that? Yeah, I can afford that. That'll just give me a bunch of space to work with. What if I did... do a wall tank here? A decent sized wall tank, probably bigger than I need. I'm gonna do it anyway. Wall tank, and then I actually want to use this observer tank here. Maybe I want the deep observer tank. That could be fun. Deep observer. Yeah, let's do it like that. Deep observation tank there, and then we will do a nice corner tank here. Oh, that's pretty cool. And then a wall. And a door. Yeah, we can go back to playing it, because now I don't have to worry about people getting in there where they don't belong. So everything over here should be able to take care of itself. They're done with the research on that, which is great, because it means I can actually sell those and replace it with this. And that's important only because, actually I lied. I have to get another filter on there too. Try the next one, grab a filter. Bam. No? Apparently not. Oh wait, never mind, that's because that's not working. I really thought that was gonna work. Crap, okay, well let's go ahead and... yeah, so I need a little bit more, but I can do one of these. Actually, I'm gonna do another one of those, but first I need these. It'll all come back to me, I promise. Like that. And then I want one large filter there, and that'll keep that going. And doing that extra expansion actually also gives me then place to put a tool station in there, so that I don't have to worry about that as much. Neat. Okay. Oh. Now all of that should handle itself, which means we can come over here. First thing that we're going to do is one of those, with one of those on it. Now all three of these habitats are accessible from right there. We are going to grab this, we're going to bump this out by like that much. Give me some space for filters. Let's see, animals, filters. So I know I'm going to want you like that, and you there in the corner. We'll leave that as that for now. Animals. I'd love to get some lionfish. What rules do you guys have? You get bigger over time. Nope, Dr. Barkin again. Phenomenal. Let's see. Lionfish get bigger over time. They make a bunch of science. They are harder to eat than you would expect. They will eat anything smaller than them, size 1 or 2, and any crustaceans 1 to 4 on the animals as well once they're adults, so after 5 days. Which means... I mean, I could pair them with these guys, because they are bigger. I don't know why the dogs are barking so much. They either want to go outside, or they want someone to play with them. It's only 2:30 and it's not time for their food yet. We could put them with the rabbitfish though. The rabbitfish are cool. And I can't mix them with people who eat greens, but these guys eat red, so that's fine. Well, let's do that. So in... We'll do it in this one because lionfish are dangerous animals. Pause that so I don't have to worry about any health concerns. Get them a couple of raptors. I think that's okay. Did I put 20 in there? They get all the way up to 11 and I just put in... yeah, more than I should have. Go ahead and actually move all of these rabbitfish out. I'm going to put in another lionfish in there, and that'll just be a tank full of lionfish. Because the 3 of them will grow up to be 33 out of 36, and that's fine. So now, before we hit play, I do need to connect a filter, and start via this pump. And I need heating and filtering, as always. Let's start off with just nice and easy one of those, see what it does. 2 of those fixes everything. And I'm broke. Great. Well, you know what we can do? We can just sell that. And then, with the money from that, I can just put it back in again. Only, now it doesn't have any fish in it. Which is important, because that was a mistake anyway. Those fish are going to be much happier off in some habitat of their own. And let's see, so we need 3 of these. Not my favorite design, but it'll do for now. And we need food and stuff. So we will go ahead and grab mussels. I can do like that. And we're gonna need a tool station, which I'm just gonna put there. And connect it. And we're good. Play again. We should be able to generate some prestige fairly rapidly once everybody keeps looking at all the animals. Just because that's how it works. See, we're already back up to almost 200. We've got the last fish that we would want. We have a new care requirement. They can't stand... oh, there we go. They don't like other animals in the same genus. So you get 1 in a tank. Yep. And these guys. So just never pair these guys with the rest of this tank. But this can take 45 out of... Are my eels grown? My eels are grown. But they can eat tank mates up to size 3. So that's not helpful. Let's see, where can I put you guys? I can put you guys in there. One lonely fish. And then you're gonna want shelter. Do that. I like it. You don't want shelter, you want rocks. And I don't know if I can sell it. No? No, I can't sell it. I think that's my biggest complaint about this game, is that there's no way to like sell small things. You have to switch the tank around entirely. But I can just throw some rocks in there now, it's good enough. That's good enough. You're good for fixing, you're good for feeding. You're the only one who's good for feeding, so you get to be another feeder. In a long-term situation, you really never want to hire anyone with a skill of less than 2. And if you can manage it, hire everybody with skills of 3 or higher. Just because that'll help you out in the long run. 285 out of 350, we are getting there. With the prestige here, you don't really get a whole lot of information about it, which is kind of unfortunate in my opinion. I really wish I could see like where my prestige comes from more than just I get a whole bunch of lines all the time. You know, like just a percentage breakdown of like this percent comes from animals, this percent comes from decorations would be amazing. Alright, what else we got? I kind of just have to wait a little bit and get some more money in. But our lionfish have all grown, so they should generate more prestige now. They also want more filtering. Well, if I delete that, and I attach to that to filter instead, that fixes that problem. So... just about there. Finishing out these 2 habitats will probably get what I want. We'll start with a large filter and combined, and then we will adjust that as needed. But I am going to actually go ahead and add in a couple of benches there, along with some drink stands and a trash bin. Trash bin. There we go. Because that will solve some of my guest complaints, which is good. They will sit, and that will make them happier. And if they are happier, they should theoretically stick around longer, and that should help generate more prestige. There we go, we just ticked over the 300 mark, which means we are slowly improving. If it hasn't been apparent with the pop-up bubbles, the food and the toolboxes and anything else that your staff will be using replenishes at the start of each new day, which is kind of handy. It does kind of mean that you would just sort of burn all of your money off at once, but that is how that works, and that's pretty useful, just to know that. We are almost there. I think actually I might be able to just complete this one habitat. And I would like to do like 2 groupers. I can do 2 groupers over there. Do 1 grouper in there. With the the campaign mode, my intention really is not... It's not so much make an amazing habitat, make an amazing aquarium, it's get the campaign done. And then once we get to the sandbox levels, I will be putting a lot more effort into making sure everything looks really nice. You want us to build some toilets, we're just going to do one of these, like that. You're wondering why I'm doing it this way. I'm actually going to put in a staff door right there. Once I get money. You can go into the negative, but only once, like that. Staff door. The way I'm going to do this actually is... Let's see, how much are these? 200, so as soon as we get to 600, I'm going to put in 1, 2, 3. And then this actually gives me space to do... Probably need to bump it out one more by the end of things. Go ahead and do that to start off. By having these toilets with space behind them, I actually have space to do like a cleaning cupboard, which is a handy thing that you can do. So we're going to do one at a time here to keep people happy. Gotta keep on waiting. There's 2, and then hopefully we will be able to time this right so that there's nobody back there, otherwise I'll just pick them up and carry them out. Looks like I'm gonna have to pick up and carry out one of them. Bam. Huge rank 4. Now we are rank 5. Whole bunch of new stuff to research, whole bunch of new stuff to build. Cool. They want us to do more. Power delay. Stop giving me pop-ups when I want to rescue this guy who's apparently trapped. Wait, can I? Oh, I can't manually put him down on the bench. I thought I could. Cool, so I've already grown up a lionfish. That's neat. I can't unlock those 2 through normal means. I have to actually trade for them, which is a neat little thing that the game does. Falling in my chair. Yep, I can do that. I've shown that in a previous episode. I need to do more tubular sponges as well. So over here, it wants us to look at these 2 things. First of all, plant this grown. Neat. So if I do this one, fill the tank with this stuff in it, and we get some of those. This one is they want us to give them a hover. And I don't actually have that yet, do I? Yeah, I have to research and purchase one. And then I'll be able to trade them for that. That is for... I believe the sponge sink is the one for the bathroom. We will go ahead and place one of those, and also one of these back here. And that also means then we should hire somebody who's got a decent cleaning skill. We only have one person who can clean, that'd be Flick here. We're done with that, let's get... powered pumps, those are good. Better pumps can connect to better, or multiple tanks at once, which is handy. Hire somebody who's got a skill to clean, just to have you for the bathrooms, really. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and build this next tank here in the back. And I want it to be a wall tank. Nice and simple. I'm gonna do it 4, 4, and 2. Which means it's a total of 10, so I have to do it at least that big. Should be fine. I wish I could make these bigger. That. Wall tank. Perfect. That door, like that. Next one. 4 powered lights. These are just better light. They do the same thing. Blue tubular sponges are nearly done. Right, I'm gonna have to do 2 tank armor. I wonder if I can put this instruction book. 1 more eel, 3 different plants, 6 schooling bannerfish, water quality, and hue. Okay. So if we look at the animals here, we'll pick another research. If we look at animals, we look at the more eel, that's 9 when it's fully grown, and the bannerfish are... They might be something I have to research actually. They are something I have to research. Cooling banners are 5 each, and you want 6, so I need 39 total. And that tank will hold 30. So we are going to pause, delete this, build a new tank, and we'll make it a deep wall tank, because at smallest they still hold 36. So when you make it a little bigger, that'll hold 48, and that makes it functional. Connect that back onto it. Give me a platform with stairs, and then drop it. And we will accept to hear the suggestions. Go ahead and play that again. So you need to have 3 different plants in you. Take another research, give me the upper. Start off with that one. You need 1 more eel. And that means I need to pick up my filter. So. And a large heater, like so. That might be okay, otherwise I'll have to organize how I have all that set up. A little bit at least. You are going to need a nice little cave. And then it wants me to do 3 different plants. So the best way to do that is do a kelp. We'll do an eelgrass here in the front. And we'll do whatever that is along the side. That is 3 different plants that will go over time. Won't, however, register any of the requirements until I get those bannerfish in. And that's not going to be happening for a while yet. We're looking on time for the episode. For the 47-minute episode, I should probably go ahead and cut this into 2. I probably will. Might not though. Like I said, it's really just going to depend on how long it takes to get through the rest of this particular campaign level. I don't know what the requirements are to rank up each time. Eventually I'll probably memorize all that. Let's see, so we do have to do 4 blue tubular sponges. Do you have problems? Delete microstations, that's all you'll do. Which means I can... okay, great. Yeah, you don't care about the light. That means I can go ahead and put in the blue tubular sponges, because I do need 4 of them. Do like 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. That's fine. You need filtering and heating. So that will handle those needs. And you need food. That means I need more space. What if I do this? Like 3 there and then that. Actually, move you over to here, because now you're just off to the side. We will go ahead and grab a glass sponge, a tool station, put it in the corner, and a sea plankton dispenser, put it just right there. I'm out of money. That's probably the only annoying thing that I've found so far about Brutal Mode is that you run out of money faster. But even then, like, it doesn't seem to be a challenge, it's just an annoyance. Money's not hard to come by, you just have to get to the point where you can open and then wait. And the one thing I'm not a huge fan of in video games is wait, like, there's a term for it, but essentially time gates. Like, if it's wait for something to grow, that's one thing, but if it's let the game idle while you're just off doing something else, that's annoying. But in the meantime, of course, we are going to go ahead and get these guys fully researched. And then after that, the idea would be place one in here, sell it to the guy for the 2 toadstools, and like, yeah, or sorry, sell it to the guy for the 4 polyps, and finish out this with the bannerfish. Those are the next steps. In the meantime, though, we could go put some more fish over here. What are you? You are you, and you don't like to be with anything from your own kind. But I could go ahead and throw in... Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4? 4? Why not? I think that'll give me a little bit more prestige, a little bit more ecology for that particular tank, which is handy. Can't do much in that one. Don't really want to do much into this one. Apparently I need more filtering though. I have the thing. Start that one. Filters, big filter, go. Animals, give me the porcine puffer. Over here. Ipamori has grown up. Ooh, grown to port. Apparently there is a first person mode. That's cool. I haven't actually tried that. We'll go do that in a second. First though I want to do this. I want to pick you up and place you there. Daisy Star pilot from the livestock section. Go to the animals. Collapse all of these things that we don't need. They're here in the soft coral Daisy Stars. 1, 2. 3, 3. And then we wait. I don't like that we have to still pay for them, we just traded for them, but whatever. Recall. Yeah, so we can't control that, but I think it does go up as we have more stuff in our aquarium. Do we need another filter? Oh no, we don't. It's just broken. Should be okay. Maybe not. We can, however, get protein skimmer. I believe actually that will replace this one. Large protein skimmer. I don't have enough money for that. Yes, I do. There we go. Oh, okay. So, let's see. We're approaching this being done. You guys eat green pellets. We can go ahead and put in a green pellet dispenser right there. Again, don't have enough money. It's honestly like the worst part about all this. We are, however, almost done. As we close in on the 1 hour mark, I might just make it a bonus episode and make it an hour long, honestly. It's not a terrible idea. Not the worst idea I've ever had. We have unlocked another thing. start the next thing. Minimum depth of 30 on this thing. I don't know how you know what that is actually, hold on. Snails. I don't know where they are yet. Blue bannerfish. Requires a tank with at least 30 water. I assume it's what that means. Oh, no, it's not 30 water, it's 30 fish capacity. Which is fine, because this tank has 39. I think for 48, something like that. Words are hard. Can't expect me to read. Alright, so assemble a list. That one, but we have to finish this one to do that one. That means we need a grand total of 6 of these bannerfish at 337 apiece, meaning that is... that's 1800 plus 180, so call it a little over 2 grand. We are going to make that eventually. We are making, you know, between 300 and 450. I don't know. We're making bank a little bit. Bank with a lowercase b. I wish I had something, you know, fun to talk about, but I really don't. Hopefully the other campaign levels are not quite so time intensive. I didn't feel like this was particularly difficult, I was just really dumb for the first 3 attempts. But, you know, 60 days to get a campaign done is a little annoying. I know I could, you know, micromanage all this, but I don't feel like I should have to micromanage everything. Unlock the fish. Do the next one. We're going for bonus points. They don't exist in this game, but we're gonna try it anyway. I think I'm okay on these guys. Nope, not those. I think I can now purchase these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Except we are now low on water quality because everything's broken. And I need more plant quality as well. Plants I can do pretty easily just by doing that. And then water quality. Just to save on time more than anything, I'm going to wait till I can afford it and then just place down an extra filter. That's the easiest way to do it. There we go, so that's that. And then I can place these guys in. There's a 1. There's a 2. We win! Huzzah! Almost from scratch, with profits generated from the aquarium. We should be proud. We have attracted the attention of Valberg's aquarium. We could keep playing this, but we aren't going to. When we're ready, we click the button to say, take the job in Valberg. Let's click the button to take the job in Valberg. That'll be that one, which is the next mission, but that will be the next episode. I do appreciate everybody sticking around watching this. I know it was a long one. We will be moving on to the next episode, but until then, adios.